Please introduce yourself and tell me how you heard about this event and what you think about this event.
Sure. My name is Arinze Chilofia. I'm the special advisor to the governor of Enugu State on SME development and investment promotion. Um, uh, I got invited. The governor invited me as part of the delegation from Enugu State to represent him here. So we're a seven-man team, three members from the House of Assembly, two special advisors, myself and my colleague, the special advisor on agriculture, and two private sector participants. Yes.
So, what out of everything that we've talked about, because we've had a long day filled with information about how to move Nigeria forward to the next level, and creating those pathways for progressive economic and everything else going on with Nigeria, just moving it to the next level. Just explain to me in just like two different things or two opinions of what you've gotten out of this summit.
It's been a very informative summit. But in a nutshell, I think one thing I'm going to say is there needs to be, I think there's still a disconnect in terms of the perception of what they think Nigeria is. There's still that bad stigma. I went to school here. I went to school in Boston. I lived there for a number of years. I did investment banking in Merrill Lynch, but I feel everybody needs to give back that quota back to their home country, their state in particular. So outside of living in the urban regions like Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja, you need to go to your hometown. Whatever the pay cut is, take it, give back. You have your masters, you have your PhDs, give back, and I think from that perspective, over time, the viewpoints of first, second generation African Americans here will change.
Why do you believe that this summit is important? Because I don't think a lot of people understand what the trade and the business aspect is, or the disconnect, like you said, between Nigeria and being here. Just why is this so important for people to be aware of?
Well, it's unfortunately it's important in the sense that not a lot of people are. I don't know how to explain this, but from the business in the business community, the core business people understand the importance of Nigeria from an economic standpoint, but the everyday masses, especially, I have to be very honest, Black Americans, is a cultural disconnect, and how they see certain things are very rudimentary and very how do I say this? Should not be too political. Just it's very rudimentary, and I remember I'm deviating a bit, but when I was in college here, you have lions and all that stuff. I think it's still that cultural dogma that you can take it to this kind of standpoint from a business perspective. So I think across board, once we interface more, share our cultures better, and they come back and understand their true culture from a cultural perspective and from a business perspective, things will change.
What is one thing that you can say for a fact that you will take back with you? Because you don't live here, do you? What is one thing that you can say for a fact that you're taking back with you? Because this is like 3 days filled of information. So what is one thing that you can say for a fact that you're taking back with you?
The network of, you've grown over here, you have to implement that network and see, at least you implement one or two projects once you get back.
Got it. Thank you so much for your time and welcome back to the United States. Hope the entire summit is good to you and hope you enjoy the rest of the summit. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here live at the summit with First Lady of Kwara State in Nigeria. Welcome to United States.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So out of everything that we have talked about today, what is one thing or what are your reactions to the entire topic about taking Nigeria to the next level?
Well, it's been a very engaging day. The whole day has been very full on. There have been very, very robust interventions from all sectors. And you can see the sectors that represent investment and economic activities in Nigeria were fully represented. That was very good. We had a lot of state government representation as well. And so I think, and I could see that a lot of investors were in the room. They were soaking up all the information that was being given out there. And they're very eager to come to Nigeria, so we're very eager to have them. And, the federal government was very as you know, I wear two hats. So I was here also talking about what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs would do regarding investment and from the economic perspective of the office that I run. So yes, so it was really good. We really have to commend everyone who's been involved. The consul general, she's done a great job with all the other people involved. With us, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Diplomatic Vista, everybody that's been involved. This has been a very good showing. I'm very impressed.
So, what is one or two things that you would take back with you? Because everything we've talked about from the morning session to the evening session has been a lot. So, one thing or two things that you can say for a fact that you would take back with you.
Well, the one thing or two things, I've had a lot of people express interest to come to Nigeria. So I could see that there's some eagerness there to do business in Nigeria. I think they now see that the economic policies are yielding a lot of results and the diversification of the economy. So what I'm taking back is the real interest that I saw here from the companies that were represented, the U.S. companies and agencies that were represented here, and the eagerness they have to go to Nigeria. So we're very happy to engage them.
Now, one last question. Why is this important? Because I don't think a lot of people understand the importance of trade and business and investing into different businesses between America and Nigeria. So can you just explain to me why this is important? Because it's a lot.
Yeah, it is important always to promote bilateral relations with friendly countries, and it's important to promote trade and investment when you have like-minded individuals coming together, and you can see there's a lot of interaction. So that is why this is important to do. To get all this together, best practices. Go and invest and showcase. We want to also up the ante in certain sectors in Nigeria. So this is why it's important to push for this, to make sure that we get that done.
Thank you so much for your input. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, so I am live with the boss himself, the chairman of this entire occasion. Thank you so much for putting such an amazing summit together, because a lot of people from their feedbacks were very, very touched and blessed by this summit. Just introduce yourself and just give us a brief reaction to the summit.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Innocent Aloma Iwejo. I am the head economic trade and investment promotion at the Consulate General of Nigeria, Atlanta. I am not the head and the chairman, nor am I the chairman of this event, but the Consul General, Her Excellency Aissatou Aliyu Musa, is the brainchild of this U.S.-Nigeria Business and Investment Summit. She came to Atlanta in January, precisely. And from then, she started nursing the ambition of ensuring that she would bring the American and the Nigerian investors together to synergize and work towards ensuring that there is an increased crisscross of investment between the two countries. This event was supposed to be held in September, but owing to time and sundry logistic problems, we had to shift it, and I am glad that it paid off, because the shift had paid off and delivered the dividends we expected. The purpose and objective of this summit is to respond to the yearnings of our private sectors in the United States. In recent time, especially during the current President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, there have been plethora of inquiries from private sector investors, especially in the United States, on the need for them to proceed to Nigeria to explore the investment atmosphere and opportunities there. And given this plethora of inquiries, we at the consulate thought it wise to really organize this summit. And the essence is not only to improve on the government-to-government intercourse, business and sundry intercourse between the United States and Nigeria, but to most importantly ignite the yearnings of crisscross of partnership between private sector investors in Nigeria and their United States counterparts. And in doing that, we explored and understood the fact that the private sector is the very engine of economic growth and development. So my Consul General decided to consult the Ministry of Industries, Trade and Investment, Nigeria, to partner with us to make sure that this investment summit is a dream come true. And we are very happy that the ministry responded, and then through our partnership, we are able to realize this dream today. This event started today, and today is the first day, and tomorrow is going to continue. With the turnout of participants we saw this morning, that points to the fact that the partnership between private investors in Nigeria and the United States is becoming highly galvanized. And we are so impressed that not only have we come to this place, we have seen and we conquered, and we are so happy that there are a lot of interests that have been galvanized in ensuring that the partnership between Nigeria and the United States will become a dream come true. I am sure that this wouldn't have been possible if not for the recent developments back home, where the current administration of President Muhammad Buhari has come up with a lot of policies that have made the investment atmosphere in Nigeria a very worthwhile and friendly one. So I am sure that at the end of this summit, the outcome will be so rewarding, and we are going to see a lot of increased interest and then increased participation between the private sector in Nigeria and the United States. So tomorrow, the summit is going to continue like the MC rightly announced. The close of today's event, we are going to have a half day tomorrow, and then at lunchtime, there's going to be a continuation of person-to-person interactions or business-to-business transactions until evening time, when we are going to have now the dinner reception or gala night, where we are going to now show our own another aspect of hospitality that Nigerian country and people are known for. Thank you so much for coming, and God bless you. Yeah.
Thank you for creating this summit, because a lot of people were definitely took a lot out of this summit. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you. You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm literally with the brains behind this amazing summit between the United States and Nigeria, and taking Nigeria to the next level. Please just introduce yourself briefly and just tell us what your reactions or your takeaway is of the summit.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. My name is Emilio Rubele, and I am the president of the American Nigerian International Chamber of Commerce. And I think our mission and our vision collectively with our consulate and our Ministry of Trade and Investments have actually come to a positive fruition. I was very encouraged when I saw so many of our delegates speaking with so many of their prospective business counterparts. As I said earlier, we needed to see marriages be made, and we hope that marriages are going to be made, meaning a lot of our attendees may have found their prospective partners, their funding, people to rub minds with, knowledge transfer and all that. So I feel really encouraged, and I'm happy, and I think it was a very successful event. And all thanks to Diplomatic Vista for really making this thing happen, in our Consul General, Her Excellency Aisha Musa Aliyu.
This summit has been very informative, and a lot of prospective investors were all in the building. And what are your takeaway from from everything everybody has said?
Well, my takeaway is that Nigeria is a gold mine. If you want to do business, Nigeria, it's a no-brainer. Everything is a go. Everything from energy, agriculture, technology. The important thing is we have the non-Nigerians, the Americans that are intrigued by the country, don't know how to get there, and that is where we come in, the consulate, the chamber, to handhold you to get there. And I believe that happened today. Hopefully that message has been transferred to the Americans that want to come and invest in Nigeria, and our delegates that are looking for American partners. So my takeaway is, look, Nigeria is ready for business. Business is looking for you on both ends. And I am so encouraged that just from the attendees, from our American counterparts, that they are ready to do business in Nigeria, and we are ready to support them to be successful in their endeavor.
Well, thank you for being the MC for today. Ladies, let me tell you something about her. She has been rocking heels for like hours.
Yes.
I'm talking about from 7 o'clock this morning. This is a real queen. But really, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Thank you all for doing such a great job, phenomenal job. Thank you so much.